Thank you, Scott. We are thrilled about this opportunity on a number of different levels. Scott and I have become really good friends since I got to town not so many years back, and I knew his dad when I was in Philadelphia. We've been talking about doing something for a number of years now. And everything sort of changed, you know, in our scheduling philosophy after the Big Ten ACC Challenge and the Big Ten Big East Challenge were no longer. So we wanted to make sure we strengthened our schedule. And coming to the Quad Cities made so much sense, again, on a number of different levels, not the least of which is the two guys on my right who are incredible players who accomplished unbelievable things. But this is a basketball area. I mean, the basketball tradition in the Quad Cities is incredibly impressive, along with its association with the University of Iowa. So it only makes sense that we would be here. And so we are thrilled to be playing in this game, to be coming to the Quad Cities, to bring two of my favorite people back home. And we are so looking forward to it. I really like this team and how it's come together. What a lot of people don't understand is we actually start practice in June, so we've been practicing all summer and into the fall. Technically, Monday is the first day of official practice. All that means is, you know, we can go 20 hours a week instead of 8 hours a week. But, you know, I think when you look at who we have back, you know, with Owen as the, you know, reigning Big Ten Freshman of the Year. Peyton Sanford led the Big Ten and made threes. We're fortunate to get him back. He tested the NBA waters. Josh Dix led the Big Ten in offensive efficiency. And last year's freshman class, led by Brock Harding, was really influential in our ability to win 19 games. So we really like what we have returning. Our freshmen, Cooper Koch, really a good player. His dad played at Iowa, and Chris Taggio, and then we have a couple transfers, and Drew Fieldwell, and Seydou Traore. So we feel like we put together a great blend of youth, experience, size, versatility, shooters, playmakers that really fit our style of play. So that's about it. We're excited about the season getting ready to start. We're excited to come to the Quad Cities. We're very thankful, Dave and Scott, for, you know, putting this thing together, and we're looking forward to November 15th. So we thought we'd just open it up to questions. We'll be here as long as you want to fire away. And start with these guys, or start with me, or just direct however you want it.
Start with the Moline boys. Just either one of you guys playing so many games here, and probably watching some games here at this building. What's it like to hear the news that you guys get to go home and play in your hometown and all that kind of stuff?
I mean, I just know that it kind of meant a lot to me, just knowing that the coaching staff and everybody at Iowa really wanted to kind of try to bring us back. I mean, I know a lot of people here love basketball, love Iowa, love that we're there, and loved everything we did there. Some people don't have the money to make it up to Iowa City, or don't have the cars or whatever to get up there. So being able to come back here and play in front of everybody in the hometown, it really means a lot. I know everybody's excited for it. Everybody's been asking for tickets since they heard that it was coming. So I mean, just really excited to be back in Moline and get to play in front of everybody from my hometown.
Even from my short stint here, you can tell just how big the basketball community is here. And, it's just an honor and a privilege that we get to come back to the community that kind of, I mean, Brock's been here, but they welcomed me and my family here with open arms. So just being able to come here and give back, I mean, I'm super excited.
Other questions for the guys?
Frank, can you talk about, you know, how long does it take for a game like this to come together? Because there's a coaching change in Washington State. You know, what kind of is the timeline for putting a game like this, you know, in a neutral setting?
It takes a while. You know, we had a desire to do it, so we wanted to come here, and that was a priority. Now we're also doing one Kansas City, we're doing one in Sioux Falls, but this was a priority for us for obvious reason. And so, you start working with folks and, okay, who can we get to play? We wanted to be a kind of a marquee team. Scott and I had talked about doing an exhibition game here a couple times, but we wanted to be, a regular season game against a high-powered team that would create great interest. So there's a lot of people involved to make this happen, and there's negotiation and things of that nature, which is just business, the business side of this. But from my office, it was, we'll make the business side work and we'll make this happen. And that's what we're excited about.
Frank, could you see this being an annual thing?
I do, especially because like what I said before with, there's gonna be an importance in our focus and scheduling as we move forward, because we're gonna play 20 league games. I think there was a lot of discussion now that we go to 18 teams in the conference, would we go to 22 league games? And that's being discussed. It looks like we're gonna stay at 20 at least for a while. So when you're looking to schedule outside without those challenges, these games are going to be really important to us and quite frankly to our league. So our league sort of mandated, it wasn't like, okay, this has to positively happen, you can schedule how you want, but we kind of got the finger point, like let's play some quality teams. And it makes perfect sense, because when you start looking at NCAA tournament possibilities, you're looking at your strength of schedule, your net rating, and you got to play people. So that's what we're going to do.
I know you guys mentioned start times already. I mean, officially it's Minnesota. What's kind of the focus heading into the season for you guys here? Is there a specific thing you're trying to accomplish before the season starts? I mean, what's the mindset at this point in time?
You guys want to answer that?
I think ever since we kind of started in the spring, it was just kind of a mindset flip. I mean, everybody just kind of wanted to really lock in the weight room. Our strength coach has been great with that. Bill Maxwell, coaches have talked to him about what they wanted to see from us in the weight room. I think everybody on the team, 1 through 16, has kind of made big strides in the weight room. We really wanted to do that, especially getting into a bigger Big Ten season. We knew that we were going to have to be ready to play and quick games, quick turnarounds. We wanted to be ready to go for that. And I think everybody's really been locked in the weight room, on the court, talking with the coach and just knowing what everybody's expecting from the inside, because we know there's expectations outside the team, but that it really doesn't matter. We want to accomplish what we want to accomplish, and that's getting to the tournament and getting back into the tournament and winning some games in the tournament. And I think everybody's been pretty locked in on that, so that's been pretty good this season.
Frank, can you talk about the Quad Cities basketball as a whole, because you've had some successful players that have come from here. I know there's guys that are here playing right now that there's probably interested in. You got those two next to you. There's obviously Hawkeye fans here, but does it make more importance to show, how much the Quad Cities means to the University of Iowa basketball program in general, and the amount of talent that comes out of this area?
Well, there's no question. There's been great players for a number of years come out of this area. A lot of them ended up at Iowa. And we encourage fans to drive over to our games. It's not that far. And they have supported our program greatly over the years. So I think when you look at that, you show your appreciation by coming over here. Let's bring our team over here and bring a great product to a fantastic arena and an incredible basketball community. And that's what it's all about. So we'll continue to maintain and build that relationship between our program and this area, and this is probably the best way to do it.
Oh, Coach, for all, coming out the season you had, kind of off the charts, what are your expectations now going into, and for Brock too here, kind of going into year 2?
I think Brock kind of nailed it on the head. It's like a mindset shift type thing. Obviously, the NIT is a great tournament, and we're proud to be part of it. But we kind of have our eyes set on the making a deep run in March in the big tournament. But for me personally, just stretching the floor, making those strides in the weight room, kind of like what Brock was saying. But definitely expanding my game and just becoming more confident on that side.
I mean, like you said, we have expectations that look deep into the season, but we know we got to be locked in early in the season. You can't make it there if you're not winning games at the start of the year. So I think everybody's just kind of focusing on game one, being ready for our exhibition on the 25th of October, then November 4th, and then we get to come here. So I think everybody's just really excited for each regular season game we have, and then getting into Big Ten play, just kind of taking every day, day by day, and just kind of locking in that practice so we can be ready for when the season gets here in a month.
Coach, where have you seen the biggest growth from these two? You said you've had them, now obviously for their freshman year, and then you've had them all summer, and you're getting ready to really get practicing again. Where have you seen the biggest growth of both of them?
Well, first of all, they're both incredibly hard workers. They're in the gym all the time. We have the practice facility. They're always in there. Starting with Owen, who was the rookie of the year, started for us. Really, I think, was an incredibly impactful player in a very difficult conference. Was amazingly consistent. I think what you'll see with him, he's got a lot stronger, so he's really gotten after it in the weight room. So his body looks different, but the point that he just made, expanding his game and stepping out on the floor, shooting threes, shooting foul line jumpers, set up his drive. He's got great quickness and athletic ability for a big guy, and versatility, and that's what's going to bode well for our team and for him moving forward as he moves into his professional career. I've been really impressed with Brock. I think we all were last year. I mean, he's player of the year in the state, Mr. Basketball, in a very difficult state to win that award, state champion. Played a lot for us last year. Was one of the best players on the floor a number of times. So I think his focus is to be even more impactful, and I think that's obvious based on what he has accomplished so far this summer and this fall, and even go back to the spring. So you're going to see a guy who's a great leader. He's been more aggressive offensively. He was really, I thought last year, a tremendous playmaker, but I think his game is make plays for others, make plays for himself. And he's doing that at a very high level. So I'm really excited about our team and what these guys are going to do for us.